Hey there folks, I'm ReubyJuice, and with the Bourgault DLC featuring the John Deere 9RX, I wanted to do a little comparison between the version made by Giants for this DLC and the version made by Custom Modding, which has been available on PC since Christmas of this past year. Ultimately, I think both are excellent models, and it'll probably come down to a few different factors and preferences to determine whether any one person thinks one is quote-unquote better than the other. Let's start out with the Giants model that comes with the Bourgault DLC. Obviously, it's going to cost you some money, $7.99 US dollars or euros, to get this one, along with the other items in the pack, of course. And it's definitely a gorgeously modeled tractor. Everything looks immaculate on the outside here. If we take a look around the exterior, it's definitely a beautiful model. And if we hop into the cab, you can see it's a very nicely modeled interior as well. The mirrors look nice. The cab overall looks absolutely fantastic. Full disclosure, I don't know what a 9RX looks like on the inside in real life, but I imagine that this is pretty close to the real thing. Now let's quickly fire it up and listen to the engine sounds. Sounds great. I don't know what a 9RX sounds like in real life either, so I can't comment on how true to reality it is, but it definitely seems solid to me. Now let's take a quick look at the options you get in the shop for this one. You've got the option of the various engine sizes, of course, so the base 9470RX at 517 horsepower, a 572 horsepower option, 628, and the maximum 9620RX at 670 horsepower. And then you've also got the ability to change the tracks to the 3M version, giving the tractor a bit of a wider stance. So with all the options on the tractor, it tops out at $510,000. Now, I said this in my Bourgault DLC first look video, but I'll say it again here. I am disappointed that we didn't get a North American spec version of the 9RX in this pack, given that the rest of the equipment in this DLC is all North American. In case you didn't know, Bourgault equipment originated in and is still built in Western Canada. Now let's take a look at the custom modding version, which again is only available on PC. So if you're a console user, you do only have the option of the Bourgault DLC version, which is an excellent version. This is also a very gorgeous model, and it's difficult to see any real major differences between this one and the Giants version. Now you might notice that this has a few spec differences, and that's just because I've purchased the US spec model in the shop, and we'll get to that in just a second. Now, despite there not being any major differences, as somebody who runs a fairly low to mid-range PC, it seems to me that the Giants version is much better optimized. This is going to come as no surprise to anyone really, as Custom Modding has specifically said that their 9RX isn't able to come to consoles due to the high level of detail in the model. So we'll pop inside Custom Modding cab here. Now you notice it has two monitors, but aside from that, the interior is modeled almost identically to the Giants version. Now we'll fire it up and listen to the sound. Same sound as well. So again, very, very similar to the Giants model. And just one thing I will show is the two monitors here. So you have one that looks sort of like a GPS and one that has the standard monitoring of the engine and all of that sort of thing. And if we shut it off and turn it back on, you'll see the animation of the tractor starting up, which is a pretty neat feature on this custom modding version. So if we pop into the shop to take a look here at the John Deere 9RX from Custom Modding, you can see it does have quite a few options. You can put on some back weights here. You can change the width of the tracks, so 80, 120, 88. You can also change between 18 and 24-inch tracks. And of course, my favorite feature, you can choose between the EU spec and the US spec versions. You can put a 3-point hitch on the back. You can put the Starfire up on top. And you also see there's a monitor that appears down here. It's got a couple different decal options as well. So just the 100 years decal, which goes over here on the side. You can put the Custom Modding Farm logo on it. Choose between different beacon lights and put on some different numbers. And it also has the same horsepower configurations as the Giants version, as well as some additional exhaust options. And you'll notice that the price of the custom modding version is a fair bit higher, about $100,000 more than the Giants version in the game. So which one is better? Honestly, I think that comes down to personal preference. The Giants version is absolutely gorgeous, impeccably modeled, like I said, much better optimized. Obviously, it's built to run on consoles and PCs, whereas the custom modding version has a very, very high level of detail. Makes my computer slow down a little bit if I turn the graphics settings up any higher than I have them now. Ultimately, I do like the different options available on the custom modding one, but Giants, their versions just have that extra little bit of polish that I really do enjoy. In any case, I thought people might just want to see the two of these compared side by side so that they can get a sense of what's included in the Bourgault DLC in a little bit of greater detail. For now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.